Senator from Louisiana.
Madam President, with respect to my amendment, I offer it on behalf of myself and Senator Cassidy. The last 18 months have been challenging for Louisiana. First, there was Hurricane Laura, then there was Hurricane Delta, then there was Hurricane Zeta. The hurricanes alone did about $25 billion of damage. Madam President, then we had the historic freezes, then we had historic flooding. The total amount of damage was $47.1 billion. My people are tough, but they are tired. This amendment would appropriate $1.1 billion in community development block grants to help my people recover. I bring you a problem, but also a solution. Thanks to the efforts of Senator Cantwell and Senator Schatz and myself, 3 years ago, we convinced the FCC not to give away the spectrum auction, which belongs to the American people, and instead to auction it off. And there's now $80 billion sitting in Treasury. The money for these block grants would come from that $80 billion in cash. Thank you, Madam President.
Madam President.
Oh, the Senator from Michigan.
Madam President, we all agree that responding to natural disasters is a core federal responsibility. But unfortunately, this unprecedented amendment would take funds from the Federal Communication Commission's spectrum auction revenues to pay for disaster relief. The spectrum auction revenues my colleague seeks to reallocate are intended to help expand high-speed internet in the United States. All Americans, no matter where they live, should have access to 21st century economy. We can't pick winners and losers when it comes to natural disasters. The process should be set in law, which is something my colleague from Hawaii, Senator Schatz, has been working on for years. I support disaster relief, but this is not the way to do it. My heart goes out to all Americans impacted by natural disasters, not just those affected by hurricanes, but also devastating wildfires and flooding caused by climate change. I'm committing to ensuring they receive the assistance they need, but we need a comprehensive solution, and I'd like to yield time to my colleague from Maine.
Madam President.
The Senator from Maine.
Madam President, first let me offer to work with both senators from Louisiana to secure the funding that their state so desperately needs. In my capacity as ranking member of the Transportation HUD Appropriations Subcommittee. Louisiana has been particularly hard hit, experiencing 3 hurricanes almost back to back, and certainly the need for disaster assistance is clear, but we also have other states that have been affected: Alabama, California, Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Oregon, Puerto Rico, a territory, not a state, obviously, but those need help too. And what I would propose is that we work together on an emergency disaster supplemental that will take care of all these needs, including the needs of the people in hard-hit Louisiana. And I pledge my personal help and support to both of my colleagues and friends from Louisiana to bring this about. Finally, let me just say, I'm surprised that the administration has not submitted a request for supplemental disaster assistance, and I hope that'll be forthcoming. Thank you.
Madam President, I ask for the yeas and nays on my amendment.
The question is on the amendment. Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The clerk will call a roll.
Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Mr. Blunt, Mr. Booker,